Hey guys, it's Britt. Lives make me terribly anxious. But I feel the Lord prompting me to hold space, more personally, more in real time for Him to be known today. So here we are on a live. These retreat launch weeks, when I'm talking about these retreats, they're really special weeks because the work that God allows me to do through Wheat and Honey is so personal and a reflection of how personal of a God He is. And it's personal every single day of the year. And then the weeks that we are talking about retreats and tickets are live for retreats, it gets to be publicly personal. And I have tears in my eyes and like a little shakes going on because He is such a personal God. He is so personal. And something in my heart and my relationship with Him that's happening today is I woke up this morning and spent some time with Him, and I had the space today to take a little bit of a walk in the morning with my dog. My son, my 16-month-old, almost 17-month-old son, is with my mom today. So I have a little bit more space to move at my own pace. And I took a walk this morning, and on my walk, as I was talking with the Lord, He brought my attention to He's a personal God, and the enemy can be personal too. The enemy knows. He knows what's personal to us. The difference in how the enemy gets to be personal and how God gets to be personal is that God's love is pure and perfect, and it's steadfast, and He's sovereign. And although the enemy can be clever with how personal he can be to us, God is personal in a way that is holy and greater and sovereign and powerful. And I'm having to prop my phone on my... It says my connection's paused. Hey, Carrie. I love seeing people I know get on here. But I'm so moved at just how personal God is, and felt there was a need to hold some space here today that's not an email, that's not an Instagram post, that's not a text exchange. I've had a few of you that have been intrigued by what God is doing and what He wants to do through Wheat and Honey Co. and through these retreats. One of you asked to get on a phone call today to talk to me a little bit about it. And as much as I don't like lives, as much as I really don't like them, it's why I had Dee do little conversations with past guests back. Felt God when I was just driving, prompting me to hold the space and allow Him to move. So I'm here in the space that He's asked me to step into today because I love our Father. I love what He has asked me to do when it's easy. I love what He's asked me to do when it's hard because I love Him. And I believe in full faith today that He's doing things. He has the ability to move in ways that we cannot understand. And that's so encouraging to me. And I say that because as I have been praying over how, like I said, this ministry is always personal because it's God's. Weeks that we release new things into the world, it gets to be publicly personal. And I get to share publicly, routinely, about what God's doing, what I see, how He's moving, what I'm learning through you all about how He's moving in the lives of women that find us through a Google search, or they stumble upon us because of a hashtag, or they've been following along for years, and this is the year for them to say yes into this space with God, and Seaside in particular. And I say that, but this isn't about Seaside. It's not about a retreat, because God doesn't need a retreat. He's here now, in this moment now. He's accessible in this moment, in your day, on your lunch break, wherever it is that you are. He is. It's about Him being here now, in this moment today, and loving us. And an all-knowing, all-loving, He has access to everything.
Nothing is beyond his reach. Nothing is beyond his desire to bless you and to love you, to heal you, to protect you, to fight for you. And today he's given me a heightened fighter spirit. It's heightened. I just have this fighter spirit in me, and I have been praying that we would be women that say yes to his love. We say, God, yes, I see you, I receive you, I love you, thank you. And that we would receive his yes to us too. So I don't know. I didn't get on this live with like a punchline. I didn't get on here with like even here's what I want to share. I don't have a particular story. I'm here in the space that I felt God prompt me to step into. And I know that he's here and that he has something for someone. And that's really exciting to me, to get to move in that way as someone that's a planner and as somebody that likes to have, I like to have, like, even with ticket launches, anybody that's in ministry and business knows this, I like to have my plan. I'm like, on this day we're going to talk about this, and I want to make sure they understand whatever, what to expect. And some days God just says, there's no plan, go live. And that's the space that we're sitting in together today. And it's such a joy, and it gives me so much peace. And when these retreats in particular started, it was about peace. And God's reminded me of that this year, that when I first went to this town in Seaside, I encountered his peace in a way I had never felt before. There was a heaviness of his spirit over the space as I walked those streets and the beach. And this week, he's reminded me that he created each of us desiring meaningful connection. And there was one night, just a few nights ago, that I was trying to fall asleep and I was laying in bed. And as I was laying in bed, meaningful connection just like struck me in my gut. We were created for meaningful connection. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, like that resonates with me. That's my greatest heart's desire. And it's connection with God. I want to feel connected to him. I want to feel like I know how to hear him, and I know him, and I know how to respond, and I know how to trust him. I know how to give him the glory first. I know how to wrestle. I know how to be in relationship with him. And I want that meaningful connection with God. And as a effect of that, I have a meaningful connection with myself. I know who I am because of who he is. And we want meaningful connection with one another. We desire friendships that are life-giving. We desire friendships that are mutual. We desire friendships that go through disagreements, that we can go through confrontation in a loving way. And because we've been through hard things, hard conversations together, we're better for it, and our friendship is stronger because Christ is at the center of it. And I was thinking about all those things, and I thought, God is so kind that he will say, Brittany, I'm going to give you this ministry that's mine. I'm going to put it in front of you. I'm going to ask you to step into it. And then I'm not going to give you all of the puzzle pieces, and I'm not going to give you all of my heart for it, because you can't hold it all. But you can hold it in pieces. And I'm going to give you the piece when I need you to hold that piece. But I'm not going to give you all the pieces because they're my pieces to hold. And he's so kind in how he opens spaces for me to hold that one piece and that one moment at that one time for that one person, even when it's for me. Like, God loves me enough that he asked me to show up, to love others. And sometimes in those moments, all I can see is how God's loved me in it. I don't even see the immediate effect for other people. So, I don't know why I'm on this live, and I like having points and plans, and that's not the case here. But I want you to know that God is so personal. He personally created you, and your desire for personal connection with God, with yourself, with friends, is pure and beautiful and holy, and God in you, and it's good. So lean into that, because that's God in you. That's his character in you. That's his reflection in you, that you crave personal connection, that you crave to be able to withstand things with your friends and come out for it better. That is how Jesus walked. That's how he walked the world and life. That's how Jesus lived. He lived wanting that, because that's who our Father is. He's personal, and he's kind, and he's able, and it's beautiful. And when it's hard, God gives me these moments where I feel it in my voice. I'm like, that's you, Father. That's not me. That's you. And then I fall into this like, ooh, like this is a hard moment. Like this moment that you have me in now, this is a hard one. Let's get back to that a second ago where I had that in my voice. But he doesn't ever leave me. And the moments I'm like, oh, let's get back to that. It's part of living for him, the ebb and the flow. So I guess what I've got for you girls today is to stay steadfast in your belief and declaration of his promises to you, that he is personal and kind. He's in the details of your life. He has never left your side. He's never left you to fight for yourself. We get to fight as a result of his victory. We get to fight in result and resolution, not in long, like we long. We long, but eternity's here today because he's here today. And that's pretty neat and encouraging. I'm going to scroll back here real quick before I get off, because I think Carrie said something. Hey, Brittany. He gives us the fortitude that we can handle anything. Obedience is our yes. Ah, Carrie. Yes. This morning I was just sitting answering emails. I was answering emails this morning, trying to knock out a few things. And I started singing that Sunday school song. I don't know. I'm getting ready to sing on a live, guys. I got on here like, I don't like doing lives, and here I am getting ready to sing. But you know that song that goes, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Like that song that a lot of us have heard and sang as kids. I started singing it like with gumption, like from my, like in this belief. And I started talking to the Lord, like, where did that one come from? Why am I singing that song? I have the Today Show on in the background, which I love having the Today Show on in the mornings, just like on volume 1 or 2. Makes me feel like a part of something a little bit. And then I'm sitting at my computer and I'm answering emails and I'm singing, yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. And it was like my heart knew it before my head knew it, but God was calling me today into a fighter spirit. He rose this fighter spirit in me. Like, look at my neck. This fighter spirit in me for the women that he has put on my heart to fight for. That we would say, yes, Lord. Like Carrie says, he gives us the fortitude that we can handle anything. Obedience is our yes. And I want to be very clear here. I am not saying, yes, Lord, I'll attend this retreat. That is not at all what I'm saying here. What I'm saying here is, Lord, I'll say yes to you. I will say yes to receive that you are with me in this moment today. And this moment is whole and perfect and everything that you've asked for it to be, because I'm saying yes to you. Let's continue to go about this day together. Yes. He wants us to be steadfast in our yes to him and our belief that he's for us. So I love you guys. Thanks for jumping on. I'm seeing all of these new friends jump on here. It's such an encouragement to me that know that God can connect people through random corners of the internet. And I just want to encourage you today, if you're anything like me and you're like, I hate lives, or hate's a strong word, but like I really yes with urgency and step in without fear, and we're steadfast in our belief that he's good and he's going to show up in it. So I hope that can encourage somebody today. But I keep thinking it's Friday. It's Wednesday. You all have a great Wednesday. I know I owe you guys a Weekful Wednesday devotional. Hannah's going to be back on the blog today. I sent an email out this morning, and then I'm going to have a devotional coming for you guys soon. So if Hannah is an encouragement to you, which she is to everybody she blesses, she just has such an ability to write and give God the glory through whatever it is he puts on her heart, and she's teaching us about different women of the Bible and how they are examples for us and how we live in relationship with God, which is probably going to be extremely applicable today with what God is doing here. So I'm going to have that for you all soon. It'll be like a little post that I'll share to stories so that you guys can jump on and see that. But I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you for standing in this space with me today, and I pray that God would bless you through it.